take a quick fire. Go on. Oh my god! Come on! Oh. Right, I'll just do this then. Oh! Oh!
Yeah, well, that was unfortunate, but anyway, we're back. And this week, I say this week, it's been more than a week, but we've had a lot of technical difficulties, and making videos is not easy, as I'm slowly learning, but we're getting there, and hopefully the quality of this video is a bit better. And I want to talk today about, hopefully now, if you've seen the last video, we know that there's an issue with the internet and how influencers and all this online stuff can be negative. But I didn't talk so much about how we might fix that and get around it and make a positive impact. So I've included some home workout, no equipment stuff in the background of this video because it's something I wanted to talk about. Because as much as it can be great to get moving and get a little bit active, I feel like some people on the internet have you believe that this is a great form of training and it's a perfect replacement for normal weight training in the gym. And it just isn't really. You're not going to make that type of progress. And oh god, oh yeah, that hurt. I don't know what it is with that mat, but it's a horrible burn. It's like an Astro burn times 10. But anyway, I think it just comes down to, if you enjoy it, by all means go ahead, do it. That's great. It's much better than doing nothing. But I think some people I've spoken to at the moment are getting carried away with, if they really want to get started now, sure, get started, but you really want to be looking forward to when gyms reopen, because that's when you're really going to be able to get stuck into it. Because it all comes down to this theory of progressive overload at the end of the day. If you can't, you can increase reps with these exercises up to 20 or so, but anything past that, if you're increasing week on week, is just not really going to be very useful for you. So at the end of the day, you're going to, especially for pull exercises like back and biceps, things like that, it's very hard to do with your body weight, because you can't push your body weight in any sort of way, pull your body weight in any sort of way without latching onto something. So having 8, 10, 12 kilo dumbbells, that kind of range, is a really versatile dumbbell to have, or some resistance bands if you really want to do something now. I would really highly recommend doing that, because I think in my next video I'm going to include some dumbbell only stuff, because you really can make some good progress from dumbbells only, especially if you're a beginner. And the reason I'm talking about this now is I think the real key to consistency is having realistic expectations and goals. And as much as I want people to get stuck in now, and this is why I'm including this sort of stuff, because anyone can do this now, I don't want to say that this is going to be the best thing ever for you and you're going to make loads of progress and it's going to be so fun, because likelihood is it isn't. So don't think that. Try it, get sad, quit, give it a go. You might not enjoy this sort of stuff. I hope you're enjoying watching me fail with my squats here. This is my dodgy hips, so I'll use that as an excuse. But yeah, don't squat that deep. I thought I was doing great, but that is horrible form, and my back looks like a scared cat. But yeah, some of these exercises definitely better than others. Give it a go if you fancy. For example, this one, so much better if you've just got a dumbbell in one hand. It can really, I really like this exercise with a dumbbell. It also helps keep you more stable. This is really a struggle for me with my hips to try and keep them square, but this working the hamstring of your leg on the floor. Anyway, that's enough on the body weight circuit stuff. Yeah, I would do this in circuit fashion as well, probably, because the exercises probably aren't hard enough by themselves to just do them in sets. So I guess what I'm really trying to get across here is, do the home workout stuff if you enjoy it, do it for a bit of fun, but don't expect that you're going to get these crazy results from the training. You're going to have to wait for gyms to reopen for that probably, or get a dumbbell or resistance band. But yeah, don't get overly excited about what you can achieve from these home workouts, no matter what people say online. So now that we've been over the sort of home workout stuff, I want to talk about building that consistency around exercise and how we might go about doing that more specifically. So first off, I mentioned last video that I think it's really important for most people not to think so seriously about exercise, and if you're one of those people sitting there with, you know, minimal sporting or athletic background, that doesn't matter at all, because some people would have you believe that sport or certain forms of exercise are only for certain people. So that just straight up isn't true, and you can do it regardless of whether you've hardly done the exercise in your life or you're someone like me who's always loved playing sport. It just doesn't matter. So you may also be scared to get active because of the fear of being judged, or because you think you don't know what you're doing in the gym, or you're embarrassed of how you look. These types of things are common. It just frustrates me so much that people feel like that, because whenever I see someone in the gym trying to better themselves, it actually makes me happy, gives me that little warm feeling. It's what I'm trying to do too, so I can sort of relate to that. And the internet is obviously responsible for a lot of this social pressure to look a certain way, and therefore people feeling self-conscious about stepping in the gym for the first time. Like, I actually guarantee, even if you go in there to do bicep curls hanging upside down on a pull-up bar, people are still going to respect you for making that effort. I mean, please don't go into the gym and do bicep curls upside down on a pull-up bar. That's probably not a great idea, though, to be fair. And the other thing I really want to get across this video is about the unrealistic expectations that a lot of this younger generation has as a result of the internet. It's something I've talked about quite a bit already, and this is all due to the selfishness of the people trying to sell you or convince you of all this miracle stuff that's going to get you in shape in a week or whatever it is, and it's just not. And I can't sit here and tell you what is a realistic goal, because it all depends on your individual starting point, your genetics, the gym equipment you have access to, etc. So what might be more effective is, instead of having a goal of looking like that guy or girl by this point in time, realistically, if you do ever want to get there, setting a goal like improving your 2k or 5k time, or lifting this much weight by this time, or doing this many reps, is going to naturally force you to focus more on the actual activity rather than the external goals of looking a certain way. And over time, I think this can help you to learn to enjoy the process more, as you can see yourself succeeding in numbers, and once you see the numbers improving, your other goals will fall into place. You're going to start to be putting on muscle, you're going to start losing fat or whatever, as long as your diet's all good too. Probably you've got to that point, you might not even care about how you look anymore. Once you've got into it and started enjoying it, that initial goal that so many people start out with of trying to look a certain way often won't be what's driving them anymore after they've got into it, because you'll find it can only drive you so far. So at that point, which is where I am, which I've sort of found myself, is that I just enjoy my exercise, and improving physically is just a byproduct of that. But if you're still sitting there thinking, screw that, screw exercise, I just want to look like that, I want to not be skinny, not be fat, whatever, there's just no shortcuts. No one that ever got to where you want to be got there by hating it. I'm not saying that every second you're in the gym has to be like the best moment of your life. Sometimes we have bad days, it happens to everyone. But I know that when I do exercise, I always feel better afterwards, and it just makes the rest of my day so much better in so many ways. So what I'm trying to get across here is I want people to think about what's motivating them, and think realistically, if they want to get to a certain place, you might have to change what's motivating you if you realistically do ever want to get there and not burn out like you probably have before, having gone through phases. You know, that is something that a lot of people are familiar with. So yeah, that's just a few things I know have really helped me stay consistent and can help other people stay consistent. And I guess the takeaway here is just to try and enjoy exercise and let that motivate you, rather than having these external cues motivate you, because most of the time they only last so long, and that's the reason that so many people go through these phases. And yeah, keep doing that. If you're sitting there with these goals to look a certain way, if you first try and enjoy it, I guarantee you'll have a better chance of getting to where you want to be. So next video we're going to get even more specific. I'm going to review specific guys that can give you really good fitness and exercise, diet advice, all that stuff. Because I've talked a lot about the motivation, the mental side of it, and now I want to get really specific so that you can actually get some good information that you can take away and apply. In future I'm going to give some of this information myself, but it would be pretty useless me saying, oh, these guys are terrible, the internet's terrible, this is terrible, that's terrible, if I didn't then say, well, this is where you can actually get some good advice. So that's going to be the next video, and then at some point in the near future I think I'm also going to rip into the guys that I don't like so much, that I've kind of been alluding to in the past few videos, so that you can avoid being fooled by them as I was. I've got so much more to say, I could go on for hours, but that's why I've got this YouTube channel, and I think that over time I'm going to get my message across and can really help a lot of people be more consistent, get active, and just enjoy being active. And obviously when COVID restrictions relax, I can get really varied with my content, and I'm really looking forward to that. I've got some really good ideas, so stick around for that and watch out for the videos coming soon. So yeah, thanks guys for watching this. This feels weird, but yeah, follow Instagram, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Share it with anyone you think that it can help, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Cheers.